like I said, I'll be asking you probably more questions tonight. But I do have a lot of things to talk about. But I'm gonna go to you first, Kingsley. Initial impressions, right from the get go.
Yeah, I'll give my impressions, and then I do want to just briefly touch on, if you think this is good, after on general community impressions, and then how many people have been playing. Unless you want to do that first, because that's a shorter topic. But
no, go wherever you like. Go ahead. We're just kind of wander tonight.
Yeah, because our impressions will be longer. But just to kind of, because this dovetails off of the question of the week 2 weeks ago also. And unfortunately, the answer was definitely no. It did not bring people back to the game. It peaked at about 99,000 on Steam, and Final Shape had 314. Lightfall actually had 316,000. So I did the math. I'm actually surprised too. Remember, my guess was 50% to like 75%.
Right.
Anyways, we got 31.5% of people came back compared to last year.
That's really low. That's a lot lower than I thought. I think, what did I say? What did I say like 80% would come back? I think I was probably more optimistic. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Talking about that. So I was way off.
Talking to people in the community that have stepped away, that are friends of ours, nothing they saw were excited to get them back. So I kind of knew, and then that with it being less new stuff here, why would people that have already stepped away want to come back unless there's something really, really flashy? This is just a small topic. We don't need to go into that, but it is a little sad, but whatever. And then initial reviews seem very mixed so far.
That's what I'm seeing.
Very mixed with both players and even streamers. Even some streamers like Clyde, Mr. Raffle Waffles, and people, they kind of have very similar opinions to which I have. I don't know if you'll have the same opinion. A lot of people in the Discord have the same opinion too, but there's kind of a line that's coming up very often. It's almost opposite of how Lightfall was. And it's good that it's opposite, but it's also bad that it's opposite, because it won't really keep the replayability going, in my opinion. But that's just community, and it's too early to say how that all goes in the long run. So let's just talk about our impressions, I guess, right?
I mean, I'm going to try to keep it as positive as I can, because I understand where they're coming from, because I think that what's really throwing me is the fact that it's a new system, and everything is very new. I mean, it was weird seeing doubled like 11s coming off of the bosses, the yellow, the major enemies out there. I was getting 11 damage on them. I'm like, woof. It's been a long time since I've seen double digit numbers and not triple and quadruple and higher numbers coming from enemies. But there is a breakout weapon, and it is the exotic scout rifle that you get at level 1 from the season pass. And
if you have the paid season pass,
yes, the Edge of Fate reward pass, I should say. Excuse me, I don't want to overstep. And I have the wrong dim up, so I can't even know what the name of it is.
I think it's like level 70 if you only have the free one, but it's on level 1 if you have the paid.
And let me tell you, this is my favorite weapon right now. I'm bringing that everywhere. Whatever story I'm playing, I'm bringing it with me. And some of the streamers out there believe that it's broken. No, don't touch the gun. It's just fine. There's nothing wrong with the gun.
No, it's not streamers. Bungie, it's not just streamers. Like, they don't believe it's broken. Bungie knows it's broken.
No.
Streamers weren't saying it was broken. Streamers were also saying don't touch it.
So I'm using it while I can.
Yeah. Bungie is default, not streamers. So
no, I'm not saying they're being toxic. I think people are just jumping on it and saying, man, this, and I think the key was having the piercing setup, anti-barrier on it as well.
You gotta have
there's some other perks too.
For a second. I mean, I pulled up this gun right away because I wanted to test it, because scouts are like 6s for me. Sometimes I really like scouts, sometimes I don't. But the biggest issue they have, of course, is they're not really good close range as much. But when I started testing this weapon, I really liked it right away, because it works pretty good close range. You can hip fire it. It has a wider spread. But then if you want to aim down sight, it's more powerful. And if you aim down sight and wait for the triangle reticle, it does a super shot. And if you get a final kill, precision kill, you'll go invis. So I'm like, this is really powerful. Now, I put on we found it was okay, it's powerful either way, but I guess what we found out is it's like doubly powerful. It's bugged if you have on Anti-Barrier Scout.
Right.
I happened to put that on right away just because I was looking through all the things. I'm like, well, Anti-Barrier Scout and Pulse makes sense to me because Anti-Barrier Sniper is also really good. It's good with anti-barriers to be far away and have something like a Scout or a Sniper that can get them, in my opinion, because you need to pop the shield, and then you need to be somewhere in safety, and then you need to hit them again.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to put that on. So I was like, is this weapon just that good? And then I was thinking like, all the other legendary weapons seem like crap compared to this weapon. I think this is kind of the reason why Bungie probably does. I hate to admit it. I don't want them to either, but it's like all the other new legendary weapons do kind of seem like crap compared to this weapon because it's so busted right now.
I mean,
but you've been having fun with it also.
I mean, I'm using my commendation heavy machine gun, and I'm doing okay. I think I'm at 7. I want to say I'm at 68 power now. I'm just for transparency here. I'm playing strictly legendary, the storyline legendary. I know you played it on normal because you wanted to get through it and then start to get into the other side stories and stuff. I'm kind of taking my time. I'm looking around. I'm taking everything in, and it is nice getting the double chest. You do get a ×2 multiplier. So I am playing it, on legendary where they're more aggressive. They have more shields. I believe I think it's a 20 delta, a negative 20 delta. So you're going up against enemies that are much stronger than you. And I definitely am feeling it because I'll take 3 shots and the 4th shot I'm dead. So I'm hiding, I'm using cover. I'm hiding behind. I'm getting my health back up, learning how to, I pretty much went 100 plus on my health stat because I figured being recharging my, my recovery, what used to be called recovery, recharging my shields is more important to me and having more health and hit points than it is, with anything else right now. But man, there's a lot to learn in this game. That's the one thing. I was not overwhelmed, but I was just kind of like, okay, just trying to take it all in, just trying to understand how this new system's put together. The new armor I'm getting, I'm just using to just move the number up on my existing armor because my existing armor still has so much more stat wise, and it's spread across where a lot of the new armor I'm getting is got a lot of areas where there's nothing in there. So I'm like, okay, that's just infusement material. Now I had a question for you, Kingsley, and I know I'm gonna be all over tonight, man. I apologize.
You are all over. I still want to talk about the weapons some more, and you moved away from that.
Now it's okay. It takes one enhancement core to infuse your weapon. Somebody, I think it was Jimmy Rayner, said as you get to the after game that it actually goes back to enhancement core or upgrade modules. Is that true, or has it always been enhancement cores?
The new material, and we knew this. We talked about it in the past from the Twit and everything.
Got you.
Yeah, it's only one enhancement core to upgrade to infuse right now, but when you get to that cap of 200, it's that new material, which I forget what it's called. People can say in the chat.
Yeah,
and it's variable expensiveness depending on if you infuse from 200 to 205. It's not that expensive, but if you go from 200 to 250, it's more expensive.
Yeah, Coach Weed says the third iteration is the name of that scout rifle. He definitely knew it'd be disabled for the raid. You're probably going to be right if they've probably tweeted it out. They already tweeted
the Twid. They listed all the stuff that's going to be disabled, and that was obvious too. But back on that weapon, because I wanted to say a little bit more. It's definitely putting out like the highest DPS right now. I was seeing Astrocross test it, and like the damage per second was like
it's high,
1400 to 1600, and nothing else was like close. He was like testing against like Thunderlord and other things.
It's high,
and but the thing is too is unfortunately on Tuesday the 22nd, they're going to fix the anti-barrier scout thing, which will bring it more in line. It'll still be good, I'm sure, because it seems powerful anyways. I think Sin and I were testing it where he didn't have the anti-barrier scout on first, and it was still pretty good for him. He said put it on, and then he noticed it was a lot better. But I think I'll still be using it some because it's a really good weapon. I'll talk about another weapon later, but so you had the question about the infusing. There's that.
Yep. Sorry. So let's talk about weapons. You want to talk about that? What's another weapon you want to talk about from your initial impressions?
Well, it kind of goes in another topic I had, but really the only other thing, with weapons, none of, and like I say, maybe it was because third iteration is so good, but none of the Kevlar weapons seem good to me. Like the hand cannon, the legendary hand cannon is lame. It's like a 256. It seems kind of weak. Or 257. They have like a weird, it's not just a,
Yeah.
it's like a really weird number now, the auto rifle's okay. The machine gun seems weak, especially also compared to third iteration.
Yeah.
I've played with a lot of them and none of them really catch with me. However, there is an exotic quest. We already knew about this. This isn't a spoiler, and it's for the exotic hand cannon, the Graviton Spike.
Yep.
And I'm not going to give away spoilers on what the quest is like or anything, but I have it, and it is pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah. It's. I don't know if I'll be maining it now. I don't have the catalyst for it yet, and the catalyst is actually a little hard to get. I'll get into a little more of those details later. Actually, dovetails into another topic I have of describing everything, but it does seem really good so far. I know Batman in the chat was mentioning the hand cannon is great also. So even when they nerf the, indirectly nerf the scout rifle from taking away the double damage anti-barrier scout, I might move more towards the hand cannon. The hand cannon, remember folks, it's a dual action. It looks amazing, by the way, and it shoots arc, but then if you long hold, it switches to stasis.
Nice.
And slower shooting with the stasis, and I don't like the stasis as much, but it can be a good utility if you wanted to freeze some stuff, mainly use it as arc and then switch to stasis whenever you want. And it does seem pretty powerful. I'll be excited to get the catalyst and craft it to like however I want with that. But yeah, you were saying too, you don't really, none of the legendary weapons of Kevlar are really standing out to you so far.
Everyone I've gotten so far, other than of course the exotic scout, which I can't put my hands, I can't put that down.
It's not even technically a Kevlar weapon.
I understand the Kevlar weapon so far. I did try the new auto rifle. I've got the right dim up now. I did try the new auto rifle, the Giver's Blessing. I did get one. I did get a tier 3 one where it has the double enhanced traits. I got a Dagio moving target. I figured I'll hang on to it. It is a rapid fire frame. It's a 720. It's okay. It's all right. I'm liking it. There are, what I really love about these tiered weapons is that I don't have to spend enhancement cores. That's what was killing my enhancement core amount in my vault, is the fact that I would have to enhance them manually. It's already enhanced. So that's really nice. I'm trying to remember where I got that. I think I got it just from the regular story mission, because I'm playing on legendary. I guess I have a better chance of getting that stuff. What's up, Dorath? I see you there, Clayton. What's up, man? I see you guys out there. But the shotgun I got, I immediately infused it. I tell you,
didn't even try it.
I try. No, I don't use shotguns. Shotguns suck. I've infused several things. I'm at, by the way, I'm at power 73 now. Just from, I guess I'm 60% through the story. If I looked at the missions, the amount of missions I have left to do. But I'm using my commemoration with reconstruction now that it's been improved. And it has rampage as well. So I'm having a good time using that. The other weapons I've gotten, the only thing I kept was the Boomslinger 4FR. We've had it before, but it's the newer version. It did have precision instrument heating up. So I kept that. And of course that arrowhead break, which makes it really smooth. But other than that, the machine gun, all the new armor that I got, I've just been infusing because it's so bare bones. It doesn't have half the stats that my normal, fully masterwork stuff has. So weapon wise, that's all I've been using so far. Is there something else you wanted to mention?
Yeah.
And you talked about the hand cannon.
Yeah, no. And that's fine, because honestly, I already feel like we have a glutton of weapons, so I don't need 10 new legendary weapons to try, although some people have been a little disappointed. They feel like most of the Kevlar weapons don't seem super amazing. Now, there is the rocket assisted pulse that you can only get through Pinnacle activities.
That's what I heard.
I know some people are hunting that, and I know some of the streamers have gotten it already. I know Batman's hunting it. I am curious what people think of that. Yeah, Deadpool also says, I don't like the weapons that much, and the gear, I'm not impressed. Yeah, I mean, I think that's okay. The weapons are definitely not the star. At least the legendary Kevlar weapons are not the star of the show. Right. It's a little sad, though, because one of the thing with the tiering system is if they have things that you can do that are very deterministic to get tier 4 versions of these weapons. Now it's a lot of work, and you got to do like the harder difficulty world tiers and all these triumphs and stuff. But if we don't really like these weapons anyways, then why are we caring about going for a tier 4? But that doesn't matter, because there's gonna be enough other weapons that something will stand out, like the rocket assisted pulse or whatever. And of course, remember, we have the some exotics also.
Yeah, just reading some of the chat here about around the weapons and stuff. Microscientist says, "Love Scouts personally. One of my favorites from the past is a long arm." Yeah, I remember that one. Legendary Amazing Taco King. Legendary campaign feels too easy right now. Unstable cores. Yeah, that's the one that we have to use later.
I wonder.
I don't think. You know what? When I first entered Kepler, I was a little discombobulated, I'll be honest, because it's not a linear story, so to speak. There's other ways you can go if you want, but
it's pretty linear. I'll get to that later.
It's semi-linear, but I think, well, I mean, let's be fair. If you've got that exotic scout rifle in your hand, everything feels easy right now, and I'm taking advantage of it while it's still.
I wonder if the people now, in some aspects, I feel like Legendary had to be a little easier because they also have the Fabled and the Mythic. But I wonder, though, also if it's just Legendary seems easier because people have more experience these days. Plus, if you're using third iteration, that makes anything a bit easier right now. Right?
Well,
third iteration is so busted that.
Yeah, it is. And I got to admit, there's good ads. There's a good amount of ads. I think probably playing Legendary on Witch Queen, the Witch Queen campaign was probably a little harder. So I could see why people say it's an easier game, but maybe they're holding all the heavy duty stuff and they want people to try out. You know, they might just be making it maybe a tad easier just to get people ready for the raid, because I'm sure they want people to jump into the raid. But yeah, I mean, I was, like I said, I was a little discombobulated at first getting around, but once I found the public area where kind of everything hubs out from that, then I kind of started gathering, because I've played so much Destiny. I kind of figured out, okay, this is the system we're going to go by. Okay, I got it. And a lot of it, I guess I would say story-wise, is a lot of go get this. You know, we need 3 of these. Let's get those. And it takes a while to get those 3 things. I have to say, though, go ahead. Go ahead and comment on that.
Say some of your things. I have a very...
I have to say, though...
list of things I want to talk about.
Matter Spark and the manipulator cannon, whatever they call it, I feel it's a gimmick. I had a feeling I would feel this way. There were times when I was just trying to get through the story, but then I had to turn into a Matter Spark ball and then find out where the opening was. I will say this: the first person view of going through those tubes really fast, it's a trip. I love that part of it. I'm glad they did that, because, you know, otherwise you put it in third person and it just wouldn't seem like the same. But it feels pretty cool using the ball. But it was more of a area of frustration for me. I just wanted to get through the story, and I felt like the Matter Spark was in my way. Like, there's one part of the story where I have to use the Matter Spark to get to a certain part of the map for the next level of the story. And I had to get up on ramps, jump up on stuff. The jump is not the greatest on it. It doesn't go very high. So you have to really, I was a couple times I had to run it like 3 or 4 times. I just could not get to the area I needed to. And then I found a separate ramp where I could definitely get up there and make it easier. But man, it was not
what? It gets worse.
Oh, it gets worse later on. Great. See, I'm not a fan. And, you know, maybe they just had to make something new for the game. And I feel like I don't want to say a gimmick, but I kind of feel it's in my way.
I'll be talking about it too.
It's kind of in my way. I want to just play through the story, and let's go back to the story. I love the story. And if anything, this is the first story I've played of a new era where I'm not confused what we're doing. Everything is pretty straightforward. We're starting to get the story starting to come together. The more you play it, the story starts to come together. You learn more cues. You learn more about our new visitor, and Orin as well, who it's already been said publicly by Allison Lures that she's quitting. She quit the 9. So she quit the 9. So now what happens? So that's kind of what. No. Allison Lures said that she's quitting. She said in a
that's true.
developer update.
That was in
That's
the
public information.
You're right. Sorry.
So the story kind of revolves around that a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. But
Gotcha.
but the story to me has been easy to follow. It's not a bunch of punchy, fancy words, space talk where I'm like, okay, whatever. And the new members of Kepler, I can't remember what they're called, the Axions or Aliens or anyway, I haven't played it enough. It's kind of neat.
Ionians.
Ionians. It's neat. You have to kind of get these deciphering things where you can understand what they're talking about. But the story so far for me, and I'm 60% way through, I'm really enjoying the story. And the gameplay, it's Destiny. It's Destiny. Feels like Destiny. But the numbers are a lot smaller. Those DPS numbers, getting double digits off of enemies is disheartening. We're used to being all powerful, and now I feel like I'm like a glass cannon. I feel like anything hits me, I got to go hide and recharge my shield. So go ahead. I'm going to be all over. I'm going to be all over the place tonight. I'm sorry, man.
You are, yeah. And did you know that before I start, did you know one person took a poll and 75% of people didn't like the Matter Spark and 25% did.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
Anyways, I have notes here, and I'll give my initial impression of everything. I did finish the campaign and everything, and don't worry, we won't give spoilers. Now I will be talking about like real vague stuff
in generalities. Like,
likes and dislikes. So if you don't want to even hear like likes or dislikes, whatever. But I'm just warning in case on that. And I'm going to start with good things, stuff that I don't like, and then good things again at the end. So kind of use the sandwich method.
Go for it, man. I'll follow along this week.
So like you said, and pretty much everyone agrees with this. Not everyone, but a vast majority of people say it's one of the best stories ever. I think so. I mean, maybe Final Shape is like a little better, but not by much.
That's high praise. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
The cutscenes were amazing and high quality.
Yes.
It's a very intriguing story. You're always worried because we finished the Light and Darkness stuff, and like, what can they do now to make it interesting? And the Lodi character, without spoiling anything, has one of the best voice acting, mannerisms,
I like it,
emotionality of almost any character I've ever seen, other than maybe Cade Six. They did so excellent with him. If Allison is the main person in charge of all this, like, major props to her.
Well, she comes from Baldur's Gate 3. She comes from Baldur's Gate 3. Comes from Larian Studios. I mean, she's class act.
Yeah. So again, maybe not everyone feels that way, but I feel that way. And just the pulse of streamers and people that have played it, I feel like most people agree that the story is amazing.
Excellent. Good to hear.
Yeah. Now I want to talk about the things I didn't like so much. I mean, I feel like the actual mechanics in the campaign were pretty annoying at many times. Not all the times. I mean, a few times they were good. Using the abilities, like you said, I felt like were put in way too often for the campaign. Like, they were just getting draining by the end, by like especially doing the last mission. Like, here we go again. 4 different rooms of like mini boss encounters till you get to the very, very end, and every single one, it's like, do the Matter Spark thing, do the one thing, do the other thing. I'm like, I'm getting tired of this. Like, they put it in way too much. And it's not like it was a bad idea. And I'll get to more later on where I think this stuff is really going to shine in the after campaign stuff, finding secrets or whatever. But in the campaign, why? It was like way too much. A lot of people also on our Discord, and some streamers too, were saying similar sentiments about how it felt very like not a fun campaign mechanically. Like, again, I'm separating. It doesn't mean it wasn't a good campaign story wise, but mechanically. And it's kind of sad, because then why am I or a lot of people going to be as interested running it again on Fabled Mythic? They have the weekly stories every week. I'm like, yeah, if you're chasing after some loot, but like, it's going to get draining pretty fast, I feel like, doing this over and over again. And I remember I did not feel the same way after Final Shape. Final Shape, I'm like, okay, I'm excited to run the mechanics of the missions again, but I'm already like, oof. Not hating it, but I'm like, oof, not really excited to run it all again. Again, I just telling what I don't like now, and then I'll say some other things at the end that I like. The campaign is not at all open world like I knew it would be. I mean, yes, you can pick a zone or two that you go to first that's variable, but once you're in that area, very linear. You got to do a story that they guide you, and then you finish that zone, and then you can pick another zone that you go to. You know, I pretty much saw this coming a million miles away. I know they wanted to talk it up. It's all open world and variable, and you can do this and this. I'm like, are you sure? You know, I'm like pretty skeptical on that.
Still got to go to the missions tab and figure out what to do next. So it's not like
I only bring that up because again, Bungie was trying to push that it's going to be so different this time and so amazing and everything like that.
Right.
Along with that, the portal. This is one of my biggest pet peeves on solo ops.
We're going to clash on this tonight.
Yeah. Remember, Bungie came out with a big article, and they only post blog articles when they're sure they're going to do something.
Right.
And the blog article gave really nice details of like, this is what solo ops is going to be. They're going to be variable. They're going to have enemy spawn points that change. They're going to have like secret rooms and loot goblins and all these things that happen. I saw like none of that. I'm like, you know, it's one thing to give a pass if Bungie says we're still working on it. We didn't have time to finish it. But why is that just like quietly thrown away now? And it was kind of true what the streamers were saying that, ooh, solo ops are just kind of like another version of a Lost Sector, not really anything too special. So that's and also the portal in general seems very like kind of like quiet, and like there's quiet's not like empty, like there's not that many things in it. It makes the game feel smaller.
Okay.
The pinnacle area has very few options, by the way, and if you want to do, they only had one good option that, by the way, they canceled it out today because people were running it too fast. It only had one good option. It was the Encore mission. The reason why there was only one good thing to do is because the Encore mission gave you, I think it was like 3 or 4 drops, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if one thing gives you that and the other 2 options don't, why would anyone want to do anything other than that one option? But then when there's only one option, people are pulling their head out already like, I'm running this like over and over and over because it's the only good way to level up. Come on, Bungie, bring us more good ways to level up than just one basic pinnacle thing. They did remove it because people were running it so fast. They had like strand abilities and stuff, and basically running it so fast that they took it out of the portal. A cool thing of the portal is they can kind of change things on the fly real quick. So that's what
nice.
They did.
It's nice interface.
And they replaced it with Starcrossed.
Okay. Starcrossed.
A couple other things real quick. Mm-hmm. And then the fire team area is very weird because fire team, only the top ones that are like the rotating are match made, and the ones down below, and there's only like 3 options. The ones down below, there's a few options. You have to bring your own fire team if you want to play it. Also, that's where you go in to do the solo strikes, which is really weird. You would think
on fire
solo
team
strikes would be under solo ops, but no, solo ops only has the boring solo ops things.
Wait a minute.
So if you want to do solo strikes, you have to go into fire team, go down below, and pick the things that are not auto match made. Okay. And also, it's a very limited selection. You can't pick any strike. You can only pick the 6 that are there.
Oh, wow. Okay. I haven't tried that part yet.
And then, okay. And then, do you want to pause there, or I want to talk about what I'm?
Yeah, I want to counter with the portal. I want to counter with the portal because I heard everybody talking about the portal in the Discord chat today, and I want to read some of the comments in the Discord as well. I see you guys in Discord chat. I'll mention your comments. Believe me, I will. I gotta mention the portal though, because I said, you know what? Before I go to work today, I want to try the solo ops. I want to jump in, even though I'm not done with the story yet. I wanted to do the story first and then jump into solo ops. I loved it. I love solo ops. We played old missions like the Conflux, old Destiny 2 missions that I haven't played in a long time. And you mentioned that there was not a whole lot of, it wasn't very difficult. Yes, it was low light because I had to.
I didn't say that. I said there was no variability like they promised us.
Well, they start you out, and this is tied into your guardian rank, by the way. So just a fun fact here, a little tip tonight. Don't wait to finish the story. Go jump right into go jump right into the portal as soon as you play a little bit of the story, because there's a training part that you have to learn first that will open up the harder stuff down below. And when you get through the training stuff, they will, it increases your guardian rank. So you want to get your guardian rank because everyone starts at what, 2? So, you want to get your guardian rank up, because what I hear, the higher your guardian rank, the better chance of getting some better loot and higher end activities. That's just what I'm hearing in the Discord. There's probably some people that are already blowing it away. So, I said, okay, this is something I would do before I go to work. So before I went to work this morning, I did not play the game. I said, I'm going to play solo ops, because this is what I would be doing. It tells you how much time it's going to take. It tells you the approximate power. It tells you, it gives you so much information. It tells you what you're going to get. It tells you reward right there on the tab. And I jumped in, I played all 3 of the, selected, or the featured stories, Conflux, the salt mines, and one other one. Anyway, I'm not having a game on. I can't tell you what it is, but it also ties in with the weekly seasonal. Remember, there's a seasonal tab where you can unlock stuff in a separate reward track for completing your seasonal bounties, missions that you get Bright Dust, and you get a ton of XP on. So I jumped in there. I got almost all my weeklies are done. I got a couple little things to do still on some of the bonus stuff, but here's what I love. I jump in, it immediately tells you the 2 bonus things that you need to do, and we
already know all this.
It stays on screen. Yeah, it stays on screen, and when you complete them, you get the points on the screen, and it disappears and it drops off. I love that part, because when I'm playing, I hate having to keep tabbing and going, okay, what did I need to do again? Hold on. Okay, I'm at this and this.
Okay, so we already know that stuff was coming, but imagine this. What if they told us that's coming with the deterministic rewards, and then that didn't happen? That's my point. Like, Bungie didn't keep their promises with the other part of it, would have kept them interesting for players like me. Mm-hmm. Why did they talk about that stuff? They never talk about stuff unless they're pretty sure it's going to happen. Well, and all it is just like, it's going to be very repetitive, very quick.
It is, but that's my style of play. I want to farm stuff. Yeah. And yes, I know I'll probably be doing these 3 stories 1,000,000 times over, but I know what I'm getting. They're giving me a path to my reward. They're telling me how much time is going to be involved, which, by the way, took about 8 to 10 minutes. I played all 3 of them, half an hour, went to work. That's exactly what I want solo ops to be. It's exactly what they said. And you said something about,
they said a lot more.
I understand. I know I'm going to get to that point. They said that they had this, this working in the background where they see how you're doing, and they start adding more ads and make things more difficult. I thought they did. I felt like the ads were nonstop when I played those 3 stories. Every time I turned around, here comes more ads. I'm like, okay, shit. And I was playing on the simple.
Nonstop is not what we said or Bungie said. Mm-hmm. What it would be, how it would be variable, is like, if you're doing better, they add more ads in on the fly. See, I played the same mission 3 times just to test this, really. Okay. And it was the same amount of ads every single time. They didn't add more or less depending on how it was doing or anything like that. So,
well, I tell you what, it's exactly what I wanted. I need to try the fire team, the solo strikes. I need to try that, because I love doing strikes. It's just players suck. I'm sorry, people that you randomly get. They just want to go as fast and hard as they can. And, that's what solo ops is for. That's what the stories are for. Hard and fast as you can, get it done, move on. That's kind of what that's for. It's for quick little dopamine hits. You get some, you get a weapon, or you get armor at the end of it, and it tells you you're going to get 1 weapon or whatever. I love that part. You get enhancement cores. You get strange coins. You can farm this over and over and build your strange coins up. I'm on board with this solo ops. Now, granted, that's all I played today. Just the 3 basic stories, which go back to the early days of Destiny 2. I was actually, man, I think I've been here before, in the salt mines, and then I played the Conflux. I'm like, yeah, I remember all this, and it was very nostalgic for me. I liked it, and maybe ask me in a month what I think if they haven't changed it. But here's the thing about the portal system, Kingsley. I'm giving them a little bit of grace on that because it's a brand new system. I think the fact that they can change out stuff on the fly, I think down the road it'll be more complete. And maybe it's not where you want it to be right now. I think eventually they'll get to it. I really, please don't be Guided Games. Please finish your concept. Start adding a bunch of other stuff in here. Give us a lot more choice on the strikes. My heart of hearts believes that Bungie is going to do that. We'll see.
See, that's a very, I think, apologistic take.
I'm not apologizing for them because I got exactly what they promised me. This, like, it's something to jump in before work, and it's exactly what I expected, and it's exactly what I got.
Well, yeah, no, but what if they promised? What if the rewards didn't drop the way? Would you give them the same pass? Oh, they're just working on it. They'll make it better.
No. There has to be. You know me, man. Give me the path. Tell me what I'm going to get.
Other things they promised too. There has to be, just like the rewards. You say there has to be. Well, there has to be the other things they promised also.
Now I did play the last story. I played on A difficulty. Remember, it's training mode, and it felt harder. I had little screebs running at me every time I killed something. It was definitely added a little difficulty to it. And I got higher level gear. I got more enhancement cores. I got more strange coins for doing it. I love it.
So let's be fair. Where's fair? If there has to be the rewards like they promised, then there has to be the variability like they promised. You know what I mean? I thought
there were plenty of enemies and they were nonstop for me. Maybe different for you.
And
you play a lot of PvE.
It's not about the amount of enemies. They didn't say the amount. They said the variability.
You're okay. When you say variability, you mean the amount of stuff to play, the variability of games?
No, I can post the 2-paragraph thing again. I said it at the beginning. You probably forgot what I said.
No, I saw when you posted it in the in the Discord.
And also I mentioned it before the thing too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Secret chest and little goblin
and add
loot
different
goblins.
Different amounts of ads depending on how well you're doing that will on the fly affect you.
Right.
Like I would be fair in the same way around. Like, even though the loot's not as important to me, if they didn't do the loot right, like they said they would, I'd be sticking up for you and saying like, they said they were going to do that and they didn't. So that's, okay. I just think fair is fair.
We're just going to agree to disagree on that. Cause I love the portal system. What little bit I've played. Now ask me next week when we get more deeper in the weeds. Yeah. Might have another opinion. So far I'm liking it.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's good to be fair. Like, I mean, or if they didn't do the loot right, should I have been like, haha, I don't care about that. So it's too bad for you. They didn't do the loot right. You know,
I like the loot I got. I love the fact that I got strange coins and enhancement cores because it's been really hard to farm those in the past without having to run playlist activities like Crucible or Gambit, which is not there anymore. And strikes. So I don't know. So far I'm liking it. I'm breezing through that weekly seasonal reward bar. I think I'm almost maxed out on it. So I'm loving that part too.
See, I think it's important. I think it's important as a meta topic too. I think it's important for us to all realize it's easy for us to say we like something if it fits within what we want.
Yes.
But it's also good to think about what other people's like and stuff.
I totally agree with that. But it's our impressions tonight. It's our impressions. Yeah. So I know you want to be fair. I know you want to be fair and equal, but it's our impressions tonight. You know, maybe we'll get more feedback from our community and we're getting feedback here in the chat. I'm going to mention some comments in here, but just keep in mind, it's our impressions, what we thought about it. And it's initial impressions. So, I just want to mention that.
I'm saying I would have supported also if they didn't add the loot correctly. And I would have been like, that sucks, even though I don't care about the loot. Okay. And, I wish they would have done loot better if just in a, scenario, which isn't the case. Because I could imagine people being upset about that if they didn't do the loot right. And then I'd be like, yeah, they said they were going to do the loot a certain way and they didn't do it. That sucks. Let's get that fixed,
I enjoyed Portal so much that after the show tonight, I'm ready to jump back in, start earning some more stuff. But of course I want to finish the story first, but it got me excited enough to say, hey, I'm coming back. I want to do more of this because it's what I like. I like the quick hit stuff, but we're two different players. You like discoverability. I like loot. I like reward for time played. Mm-hmm. We're very different on that scale. You're looking for something else in the game. And I think there's probably 10 different meta players out there that want different things from the game. And poor Bungie has to, not being an apologist, I'm just saying they have to try to please everybody. And you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. So anyway.
Well, then I wonder why they said they were going to do that and they didn't change it back. Usually when they can't do something, they'll say like, "Oh, we're still working on it. It'll be later."
I'm not defending them. I'm not defending them there. if they said that, then, we should see that. And hopefully maybe there'll be more in the TWAB tonight mentioning that kind of stuff, but I haven't looked at it yet. So, any other comment, any other things? I think you had some notes, right? I want to make sure we cover everything.
Yeah. And then what I'm looking forward to, from least to most looking forward to, but still things I'm looking forward to. The least thing I'm looking forward to, but still looking forward to, is all the side missions. I've done a few of them. While they're very often pretty short and not much to do, at least there's tons. And I mean tons. Like, I started in one zone and I did like 1 or 2 side missions, and then I noticed like 2 more open up in the same zone. And like, I'll get back to the rest later. Then by the time I finished the whole campaign, there was like 12 side missions all over the map. Wow. What's more is when you do some side missions, even more will open up after that.
Oh, you got me excited, man. See, I kept seeing this little message that says mystery nearby. I'm like, nope. I'm going to get to the objective.
That's even something else.
That's something else?
That too.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God.
The side missions are the little blue flags on the map.
Okay. I don't see many of those because I'm playing the story, but I'll look for them.
Oh, you will as you start opening more areas, and then especially by the end.
Okay. Good to know. What else
like
you
I
got?
said, they're pretty short and not much to them, but there's still something to do.
I think they said it'd be like 10 minutes. Is that accurate? About 10 minutes? They think they said?
Well, some side missions, 3 to 5 minutes even.
Okay.
But,
Now, question. They said that there might be more story about characters with these side missions. Is that the case?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
There is.
I love it.
Yeah, they're just little snippets and stuff. So definitely a plus there.
Good to know.
Something else I'm looking forward to, even a little bit more, and I'm going to be very vague on this, but the afterworld activity. The afterworld activity called the Sieve, I still think they should have shown it ahead of time because it's a pretty cool activity, and they could have kept it vague. Hard to say if it'll have much lasting power in the long run, but it certainly could have been worse, and I think it's one of the better afterworld activities that's been in the game.
Okay.
There's times where you even need to run it for the exotic mission. I won't give any spoilers on there, but you'll want to run it anyways because you get lots of loot, and it's kind of a fun, interactive, feels very grandiose, and fun world activity. Now, the only thing that's a little weird about it is it comes around on a rotation, which that alone isn't that weird. Because, the Vex event, remember that came around on a rotation too, and we'd have the little bots that would tell us when it was coming and stuff. But you have to pick it on the map, load out of the planet, and load back in because it match makes you. It's a 3-player activity.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of awkward there, but that's no big deal, really. It's a pretty good activity. When you're in
Incursion on Neptune. That's what it was called, Incursions.
Yeah,
Those things were pretty hard. Those things were hard.
Oh yeah, it's still kind of hard right now. It has like this thing at the end. Again, I won't spoil anything. That none of the teams I've played with yet have been able to finish the bonus objective at the end, and that's deterministic of how much loot you will get. And I won't spoil anything, but let's just say Drifter has some stuff to do with it. I think you're gonna like it. Okay.
I like the dialogue from Drifter so far. We find out what that bag is he's pulling behind is what he's hauling around. We find out what that's about. So
yeah, but think about things that Drifter does, activities, and I won't say much more. But
all I remember, the best line in the game so far, and it doesn't spoil anything. He goes, "You've been banking a lot of motes. Maybe it's time to cash out." I'm like, that's a great line. What a great line. Yeah. I don't know what it means, but
okay. And then another thing, 2 more things I'm really looking forward to, and the things are like more and more exciting to me as they go along. The world tiers, it's a little bit to be determined.
Okay.
There seems to be at least a little variability, but so far all I know about that is I know the exotic mission has you picking up some things in Fabled and Mythic. But I don't know how much variability of extra secrets there will be on the higher world tiers, but it may only be for the exotic mission, but I'm at least excited to check them out. Now, the world tiers is a little crappy as far as how hard they are. Like, I was watching Astrocross and some people playing today. You can't get to a point where they will eventually be easier. Fabled always keeps you at 30 under, no matter what your power is, and Mythic always keeps you at 50 under.
Wow.
And that kind of sucks because if you're grinding for power and let's say you get up to 400, it doesn't even matter because you're always going to be 50 under. And so I think that's kind of crappy on that. But
why make number go up? Why make number go up if you can't just overpower stuff? I agree.
Exactly. Especially if you're putting in all the work for grinding, because there's a lot of grinding here. But the thing that I look forward to the most, and I got kind of a small taste of this today. I was playing with Sin. I don't know if Sin, if you're still in the chat, but we were looking for some stuff for the exotic mission, but we got sidetracked like crazy. I'm not just talking about the side quests,
Wait a
but
minute,
the
Sin
amount
gets
of like
sidetracked?
little,
Sin gets sidetracked.
the amount of secrets that you can look for. Now, this is where the abilities really shine, and this is where they should have pushed them more, not so much in the campaign missions so heavily, but out in the open world. All the little matter spark holes you can go in, all the little matter morph things you can do, the cannon teleportation things. We were in this one zone in the northwest, kind of like where you first load into the map, looking for something for the exotic quest, and it was so dense with little cubby holes and secrets and things to find. We were just having a blast, just going around, opening chests here, doing little things there. Oh, here's a hole over here. Oh, here's a hole over here. Oh, there's this, there's that. There's like, and that's not for everyone, but like Sin and I were having just a blast using our abilities. I won't spoil anything for anyone who hasn't passed the campaign yet, but Matter Spark is more fun when you pass the campaign. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, good to know.
That doesn't mean necessarily it gets better, but it's just more fun. I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
And again, it's not because of the campaign, it's because what you do outside in the open world is
free roam areas.
In the free roam. And I'm really excited for now, of course, these secrets and stuff, once they're all found, there's not anything to do. So again, if they could add variability, that would keep people coming back. But still, the amount of secrets, little hidden things that they put in, I have a feeling so far, even though it's only 2 days in, that it is like 10 times as more of anything in the past that they've done.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that.
Wow. You had me excited when you said you unlock one side mission, 2 or 3 more open. I'm like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
That means they can be adding more and more as seasons change. And it's just exciting. I like this.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Those are all my notes. So
well done. Well done. Yeah. You've played a lot. Yeah. You've played a lot more than I have.
I played a lot. Yeah.
The one funny thing, and Dorath says it, who would have thought we'd be collecting Spirit Bloom again? They get rid of all of these elements and materials on all the planets that we still can go to. And then here we are. I'm like, I know what that is. That's Spirit Bloom. And the one from Titan.
There's some other alkaline looking things.
Yeah, from Titan. I think we've got those from Titan. And is there another one, or is that the only 2?
There's like 4 total.
Okay,
every
good.
Zone has
for every zone.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you know me, man. I love farming materials. So I'll definitely be getting that. Every time even though I need to go this way for a story, if my little ghost detector says I have some elements of it, or some materials over here to get, I will go get them first. Because I like stocking up on that stuff. Because you need those materials, right? To do focusing. Is that what it is? Use them for focusing?
And they did it in a very smart way. Remember, this world that we have, it's not necessarily going away anytime, but it's still kind of more a temporary thing with the way the expansions are going forward. And all the materials, they don't go in your inventory, which is great. They go on a screen.
Right.
Only when you're in the world.
That's right.
And they're usable there. And so that way they don't junk up your inventory. So it's really smart how they did it like that.
I wanted to read real quick some of the Discord chats thoughts here. Amazing Taco King. I'm not going to read that one. The Batman 2837, for all my solar friends out there, the bow from Pinnacle can roll with incandescent and new solar perk together. Okay.
Nice.
Amazing Taco King. I love my Ikelos shotgun from the season of Seraph. Yeah, that's actually one of the shotguns I have kept, because I like rapid fire shotguns. Deadpool one Merc says, I don't like the weapons that much, and the gear, I'm not very impressed. Well, remember, if you're playing the beginning levels, a lot of the gear is going to be very common. Just like if you were to get a blue starting to play Destiny 2, when we fell off the ship and we had to start from nowhere, you got all blue stuff. This is at least legendary stuff, and I'm getting some blue stuff too, but generally I'm using it as an infusement material because it only costs 1 enhancement core to infuse. So if you remember, upgrade modules cost 5,000 glimmer and 1 enhancement core. So it's a little cheaper to infuse now. So it actually encourage you to keep leveling up your gear as you're playing through the story. I miss solar cells. I hope they come back one day. I miss those too. I actually started using them right before they got rid of them. The Batman again, the back half is way better than the first. I think Witch Queen was the hardest. Yeah, the relocator cannon, zombie pops. Yep, that's what the cannon's called. Deadpool One Merc again says, I don't like the movement of Matter Spark. It's very, very sensitive, especially when you're trying to jump on platforms and stuff. There's a learning curve there, that's for sure. And I'm playing on console. I'm actually playing on PC with a PS5 controller. One thing I did want to mention, I guess some more commentary I want to read. If you're on PS5 or Xbox One X, I believe, there is very disappointing, but the gun audio cuts out really bad. I think it's a bug that they're going to talk about, I'm sure, in the TWAB, but I just switched over to PC, never had a problem. Bug wise, I got kicked one time with a weasel error playing last night late. Other than that, I've not been kicked. Knocking on wood. Sorry if the camera vibrates. I really haven't had too many bugs. I did enter one area that I wasn't supposed to enter, so the flow of the story was a little confusing. So once I just quit and came back in, it put me right back on track. So that was the only hang up I had as far as no enemies were coming at me. I was looking around saying, what do I need to do next? I think
the glass is totally bugged right now. And funny, it's
really?
The opposite side. It's on the PC that it's bugged.
Weird. Wow. I think one of our new mods, congratulations, by the way, to Necromancer. He's one of our new mods in our Discord. He's always been a clan mod, a clan admin, but now he's pretty much in charge of GDC3. He's really building it up right now. Got a lot of new members in there, in fact. TL Laser, I believe he was in here. He's in there. So a lot of people starting to move into that clan. We have 3 clans total. But he mentioned that there was one part where you rotate something. I'm going to get very vague here, where you rotate something to align it, and it wasn't working with the weapons because there's a stuff you have to rotate that's out of whack, where you have to put down the cannon and use your regular weapons to relocate it. That was being, like I said, is a known bug. I didn't have any problems with it, so maybe that's just lucky on my end. Let's see. Amazing Taco King. Quantity over quality. Be probably prepare for you to open world exploration. Makes recognizing it second nature. Those things that could be for you hit late game or mid to high level since the Banes and Boons change their instance. Okay. Who's Your Guardian says, I love solo ops. Not people rushing ahead of me, killing everything was so nice. I hear you, brother. I am with you on that. I'm loving solo ops.
It's not just solo ops. Remember, that's also in Fire Team Ops. That's where the solo strikes.
Yes, that was a good point because I did not know that. So thank you.
So Kevlar, you can play solo too and get the higher level gear. So it's not just a solo op thing that you can play solo.
So it's a solo instance like the Final Shape World was.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good to know.
And if you do higher tiers, you get more gear too, and more loot.
So it should be
higher tier.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're playing a tougher game. You should get better loot. That's for sure.
So solo ops is not just the only way, to be fair, to get the deterministic gear.
Right.
Yeah.
There's stuff in Fire Team Ops that is match made and stuff that isn't. So you could play solo is what he's trying to say. I haven't even tried Pinnacle Ops yet. I guess it's two exotic stories missions that we played in the past.
There's 3 things total. I don't know if they were both. Well, it was Encore, Whisper, and something else, and then Encore switched to Starcross. I forget what the third thing was.
Okay, gotcha. So it's 3 usually. Okay.
Yeah.
I've only done the training. This is Zombie Pops. I've only done the training mission for solo ops, but I agree, Todd. It's perfect for small bits of time right before work, man. That's what solo ops is for. It's quick in, quick out. You know what you're getting. You know what power level. your stuff's probably going to come at. It tells you what you're going to get. It's perfect for farming
by the way, on
power.
That too, have you noticed on solo ops, there's usually only one that gives you extra loot. So I also wonder if they made a mistake there too with why let you pick 6 options if only one of them is good with the extra loot.
Yeah, and another thing I want to mention about solo ops is the menu was very intuitive. No confusion. They've done a lot of things to really make it easier for players to jump right in and figure it out. And once first thing I would tell you is to go to the seasonal tab on the portal, the seasonal rank up track, and see what the daily missions are and the weekly missions, because those add a lot of XP to your season pass. I'm sorry, reward pass. So that's pretty much it. Amazing Talking. Sounds like we've stepped into the world of Destiny Craft Vessel of the Nine. Yeah, I mean we're starting all over again pretty much. It's like a Destiny 3, but not. we're starting over like we did at the beginning of Destiny 2. We fell off the ship. We were near dead. We have to go and accumulate all our gear again. It's kind of the same way, except we have a big vault full of gear that we can decide to use or not to use. But just remember, everything is at 10 power, so you gotta get it leveled up. And let me ask you this, Kingsley: does power really matter?
Not really. It depends on what you want to or need to do. As we said, it's not going to matter on Kepler world tiers, which kind of sucks. It's not going to matter if you're doing fire team activities because you go off of the person who's the highest.
Okay, good to know.
So it's going to matter a little bit for certain things, like if they have a power floor you have to get into.
Okay.
Like contest mode raid, things like that.
No, I mean,
and then it will matter if you're playing like solo pinnacle things, like the streamers or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you want to play those activities on a really hard level and maybe not have a fire team. And then so if you're like level 400, you're gonna have an easier time than if you're not. But it depends on the definition. Does it matter? Does it matter for the technicality in the games? Not entirely. Does it matter if you feel better because the number goes higher? Sure. If you feel better, then if that matters to you or not. I'm not saying it doesn't matter in any case, but like kind of like a generic definition of it, I just don't see it totally mattering too much.
Well, the reason
I could be wrong.
Reason I ask that is for Crucible, power doesn't matter anymore. Even in Trials of Osiris, you just have to own the latest version of the game to play. And I'm sure you probably have to get to a certain base power floor, but pretty much once you hit the base power floor, you're allowed in, and then level doesn't matter. So I think they did that. You know why I think they did that, Kingsley? Because Iron Banner's not coming around for a while. I think they want to give people that Iron Banner itch. Maybe it's their time to try to get people to try trials, and they're going to have some awesome gear in there. That's always where the really badass guns and badass armor is. So we'll see. We'll see when that comes around.